All right, chat. Speaking of that Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy run, thank you so much for donating to get it onto the schedule. We have it here now for you. This is Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy by shovelclaws. No LTS open goal. All right, let's Jak and Daxter it in.
Right. Good one.
Like that?
Yeah, I see the vision. Hi, everyone. My name is shovelclaws, and thank you all so much for donating to reach this bonus game. This is the first time a Fastest Furs has ever had a Jak and Daxter game, and I'm really honored to be showcasing it all for you all tonight. This is Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, the first game in the Jak and Daxter trilogy from the PS2. This is also no lava tube skip, which bans a couple of skips. Think of this as your 70-star equivalent, but there are tons and tons of really cool glitches and a lot of really fun. This game is very movement intensive, and because of that, I'm going to be concentrating. Thankfully, you will have a mastermind filling you in on all of the details, because I am joined by my ever so lovely commentator. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Wow. Hi. I don't know if I deserve all those accolades, but
I mean, you run this
maybe
game a
hyped
lot
up a
more
little
than I
too
have.
much.
Yeah,
You're gonna probably hear a lot of wow, cool. True. The greatest commentator to ever live.
Yeah, thank you, Zyphles, for joining me. Zyphles is a Jak trilogy runner, very good at them. So he's gonna fill you in on everything while I try my best to not die. This game's really punishing, very difficult. One of the coolest platformer runs of all time, but it's gonna be a blast. I'm very excited for it. We are going to get into the run in whenever Jak touches the ground. I'm sorry, Stream Tech, that's the best you're getting. I'll try to count it down in 3, 2, 1. And go. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Go.
And we're gonna start out in Geyser Rock, the tutorial level here. This is where we're going to get introduced to a few of our main collectibles. First and foremost is the Power Cell. The Power Cell is our star equivalent, going to be needing 72 of them to defeat the final boss at the end of the game. Whoa. Nice
little eco rocket.
And then, additionally, we have Scout Flies. These are our red coin equivalents. However, you may notice something on my HUD there. PB, how'd you get there? They have stolen PB away, everyone. The Scout Flies
Oh my goodness.
and PB have been captured, and we need your help to free them. The only way we can free them is by getting that fishing incentive met. So start a $5 train to free PB from the evil lurkers.
Ooh, so $5 train to not only free PB from the evil lurkers, but to maybe get that hard fishing showcase, which, by the way, we have $30 too out of the 250, so we are 220 away. Chat, let's free PB and not free claws, because we are going to torture it with the hard fishing showcase.
I'll take PB's place. It's okay. Scout Flies have been captured.
PB.
I'm okay with this. Yeah, so Scout Flies have been captured by lurkers, and there are 7 red coin collectibles. Once we get 7, we get another Power Cell. And then finally we have Precursor Orbs, which are our little currency we'll be using. And that'll get us out of Geyser Rock, the tutorial there, into Sandover Village, the first hub. We're gonna do a little trick here. Zyphles, you wanna explain what wet feet are? Fans in the chat?
Wet feet glitch is a very funny glitch that you only see here. Ideally in the run. You can also get it in LPC, but essentially when you enter the one water volume, which is like this big like 3D like cube where the water is located, and you enter the top of another one, for whatever reason, I don't know exactly off the top of my head, you will get grounded frames again, and you see Shovel just punch in midair. Unfortunately, we didn't get a boosted, which is another piece of tech that we will go over a little bit more later when it becomes more relevant. Ideally, we were going to make it all the way over here to these like little things sticking out of the water to make it over to the Scout Fly a bit faster. It's not really needed. Doesn't save that much, but
it's
it
pretty
looks
swag tech,
very
though.
cool. Exactly.
Yeah,
everybody goes for it.
Little
It's
punch.
cool.
Yeah. You just get a second little punch mid-air. But yeah, the boosted, unfortunately, I ended up punching a little bit early. All good though. After that, we will collect a few more collectibles in Sandover and get into the one, the only fishing minigame. Here in Forbidden Jungle, we have to catch 200 pounds of fish in order to get the boat to Misty Island unlock. This also gets us a power cell, but we're gonna want to visit Misty Island immediately after Forbidden Jungle. And this is a cakewalk compared to our hard fishing incentive. Like, oh my god, it is not even close. But yeah, this is a very chill cell. This is probably a good time to talk about what Open Goal is, that little parentheses in the category name there. Open Goal is a fan-made native PC port of Jak and Daxter. It's basically a decompilation of the original PS2 game and ported over to PC. It's a really cool community project. If you want to check it out, what's the link again, Zyphos? You know this, right?
Opengoal.dev.
Opengoal.dev, boom. It's free to download. All you need is a Jak and Daxter ISO, and then all 3 games will eventually be supported. This is the only one that has been fully completed, or just about fully completed, but the other ones are playable.
Jak 2 is still technically in beta, but it's a lot of very like minor bugs. Like the whole game is completable 100%. Jak 3 as well, but there's still some like some PC like stuff, like getting the like resolution settings and stuff in the menus and various other like bug fixes that they haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah. And with that, we've caught 200 pounds of fish. Boom. Very exciting fishing gameplay there. The hard fishing showcase, I promise, is a lot harder than that. It gets like rhythm game levels of hard. It also goes on for 7 years. So if you want 7 years of fastest first content, I can't promise anything.
Yeah, I don't think we can guarantee you 7 years, but we certainly can offer you more on the marathon if we do meet that. And we have some folks excited to help get you there. We've got $20 from Caspi, who says, "Good luck, Claws! One of my favorite people across that good old Atlantic Ocean. I know I said it'd be too late for me to watch, but my sleep schedule is ruined."
Truth.
Thank you so much for that amazing donation to Trans Lifeline. And if you are ruining your sleep schedule or not, you can apply your donation towards that hard fishing showcase. 220 away.
You only have an hour to meet it, so you gotta be fast. You gotta be quick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't walk in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we really do want to see that would get to 6K as well.
Yeah, 6,000.
Double whammy.
Yeah, real. So the main thing we've picked up here is Blue Eco. Blue Eco is one of the several forms of Eco in this game. Eco just kind of serves as a power-up. Blue Eco speeds you up a little bit and lets you activate some Precursor tech. The story of this game is basically that all the good guys have been kidnapped by Gol and Maya, and we have to go save them. And we're going to be doing that by collecting power cells and getting to each hub of the game. There are 3 hubs. We'll get to each one over the course of the run. Gonna climb up this little tower here.
Narrative.
It's true. It is a platformer. They gotta have them. Very tight little climb up to the top here as we descend into the temple here. This is where the some of the movement mechanics really shine. Zyphos, if you want to talk some about some of our basic movement that we've been doing.
Yeah, so the name of the game here is spacing, which if you don't know is a term to describe where you are in 3D space and where your next movement option will take you. And having that was amazing. having a very like fine-tuned understanding of that is how you progress through this game. Like the moment-to-moment gameplay of punching and roll jumping, which are our 2 main forms of movement, by themselves aren't very complex, but when you have to chain them together and constantly recalculate where you're going to land to make sure you don't fall down a pit or just in general mess up your movement, it gets really complicated. And you can see that difference in even between like the top 3 or like top 5 or whatever.
Yeah. At top level, this game gets pretty, honestly, in a way, kind of. I am far from a top runner. I'll be the first to admit it. But even like from a beginner level, it is a lot of fun to get a handle on. And use to cross some pretty fun platforming challenges in the level design. This game has really excellent level design. It's all one big open world, kind of, before open world games were the money makers. And
Yeah, this
it's
was,
a
this was
ton
pretty
of
much
fun.
the first of its kind. The seamless like world, no loading screens. That was a big
Yeah.
selling point back in the day.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that through punches. Punches send us quite a far ways, but have a cooldown between them. In between that cooldown, we'll do roll jumps. Roll jumps send us really far, but are not always the fastest because of the kind of slow animation they have. And then here, I'm gonna attempt an out of bounds here that is pretty challenging. This game is quite precise, as we've mentioned a little bit, and this is no exception. There's the boosted.
Ooh, okay.
Get on this wall up here. Gonna hop on down. And then I like to do another boosted here. There we go. These words will all make sense to you in a little bit, but that out of bounds
Yeah.
is gonna skip a ton of movement to get back to Sandover Village, and is super stylish. I'm very happy I hit that, actually.
Cool.
Sand
Yeah, that was
over village?
really
I think
sick
you
to
just
watch.
went under village.
I get it. W +2. That's a good one.
+2.
Plus 2? Oh, I was
Sorry,
expecting
my
it like
bad.
a minus 10,000, so I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that out of bounds will let us get to Misty Island real fast. This is where I'm gonna focus. Disciple, let's talk about Misty Island if you want.
Okay, so
Talk about
this is
whatever.
the reason why we did the fishing minigame. The fishing minigame by itself is very, very slow if you couldn't see.
Didn't catch on.
But it unlocks Misty Island, and even though you have to watch around like a 30-second cutscene to enter and exit the level, because of the routing here, it is still by far the fastest because we get pretty much every single cell here. Not pretty much, we get every cell here. And the main way of doing that is by avoiding like pretty much every challenge that the game is actually trying to throw at you. So,
Yeah, real.
the first one we're going to see here is a way to completely avoid the ambush section, which is like this really long, like probably like minute long like fight to the death to unlock these stairs to get up here. But we can just climb those rocks. Now we're up here.
Don't worry about it.
Completely skipping that, and also the need to go down from the bottom. There's this like long platforming section with these barrels that are falling down that you're supposed to avoid and climb up all the way up here, but going up the rocks also skips that, and then we can drop back down here to grab the ambush cell, which is we're supposed to get from that arena fight section. And we're not done. There's still this, which is a very tight roll jump across there to avoid some platforming. That can easily go very
That
wrong.
jump
That's where
is
you're-
really hard and also very punishing if you miss it.
Yep, and another roll jump there that's pretty tough to just barely get over here to activate that little orb cache. And that's
Necessary,
the,
but very nice.
Yeah, it helps out the routing a lot. So that was the main gauntlet for Misty, but we still have these zeppelins, which are these little like flying balloon lurker guys, and we have to kill 6 of those for a power cell to spawn, and it is fast. The reason why Shovel just died to the lurker shark there was to make to normalize the cycle, because like upon death and like reloading the level, they will be in like the same spot. So that's a very easy way to have these always be in the same spot.
Gonna miss this
see-
one, yeah, but
Yeah, that's
I was
fine.
a little bit slow on the scout fly. Thankfully, missing these guys isn't the biggest deal, because we can just get on the zoomer here, which is a nice little vehicle, and immediately turn to go clean up the guy we missed. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to take that death. I do that as a strat cycle here with all of the movement before that part is extremely tight. You do not have much room for mistakes, and you definitely have to be very fast in order to make the best cycle. I should have gotten this guy first, but I didn't realize, because I have to adapt to this weird cycle I'm not used to now.
Yeah, it's best to just play it safe.
Yeah. But there's all
They-
the
they-
balloon lurkers dead, and then we'll get one more power cell by climbing up here on this little boardwalk. This one can be really easy to fall off if you go a little bit too fast. And what do you know? My turn! Nope.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically what you don't want to do. So
Yeah,
next time
right.
you're here,
Wow, that helped a lot, Cyphles. Thanks.
you're welcome.
And then we will finish this out with a tech called a boosted uppercut to get to another cell. Cyphles, if you would like to explain what a boosted uppercut is.
Yeah, so
Hoping to hit this
we've
first
seen-
try, I'm scared.
Yeah, we've seen Shovel do this a few times, but here it is the most relevant. It saves like the most amount of time, and it's like the hardest one so far. So whenever you slowly walk off of a ledge, you get a lesser like friction value during that like brief period where you are walking off the ledge like fully. Because there's a little bit of coyote time, which is time where you're not actually on the ground but still considered grounded for like a few frames, just so jumping is a bit more lenient in casual play. But we can abuse that by slowly walking off of a ledge, and right as we're falling, we can uppercut and get more momentum than intended to make it across like large gaps. And I'm gonna see. Ooh,
Just a little bit
Close,
too short. I think I punched
Yeah.
a little bit early there.
So on the other aspect of boosteds, it's pretty much all about the timing of your inputs. Whenever you uppercut off of a ledge and like delay your
will work.
uppercut,
Nice.
nice. That was ledge grabless too. That was huge.
Yeah. That one was very fast. Second try is perfectly acceptable there. But yeah, like Cyphles was saying, another one there for the fans.
Let's go.
Boosteds are quite precise on the timing, and a very small difference in your timing can make a big difference in the trajectory you get. For that one in specific, you need quite a lot of speed, and they can be particularly pretty hard to hit. I got a PB today that got that like fourth try, and I was just like, I hate it here, but like whatever, we game. But
We
that'll
can
bring us
also
out of the
game-
sea.
Yeah, we can also game with some donations whenever you are ready.
This is actually a great time. We're going into Sentinel Beach, which is a pretty chill level, all things considered. So yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
Fantastic. Well, I've got $5 from Adam. Thank you so much for your generous donation towards Trans Lifeline. And I do want to note that did go towards one of our Chrono Trigger bid wars, but those bid wars do have a 6-character limit. So, chat, remember when you put in those names to go ahead and put in a 6-character or fewer limit donation towards those Chrono Trigger bid wars. Thank you so much for your generous donation. We also have, and I'm getting an idea. I remember that we were kind of +2ing earlier. This donation is giving me a thought because it's a $20 donation. So maybe we could plus 20
Plus
towards
20. I
the
like it.
$200 that we need for that hard fishing showcase. To meet that, we would only need 10, 20 plus $20 donations for that. From Delty the Techie, who says, ruining my sleep schedule? That's my usual gig. Good luck, Claus, with the run and the fishes. Thank you so much for that donation towards Trans Lifeline. And remember to plus 20 or whatever other donation amount that you'd like towards that hard fishing showcase. This is what we're doing. Is this CTA gonna work? Only time will
We'll
tell.
see. We'll find out.
Exclamation mark donate in chat.
Thank you so much for the generous donations. We did this real quick climb up this tower to get a quick power cell and also do very nice things to the pelican that ate one of our power cells as we entered Central Beach here.
We scared it off with a loud noise.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's fine.
That's canonically what happens there.
Yeah. So we are going to then just scurry on through, scare off more birds. Jack, you got a problem, bud.
Yeah,
And then
he likes to spend his time in some weird ways in some of these levels.
yeah, it's true. But yeah, Sentinel is really a pretty chill part of the run. Pelicans here being a little bit mean. There we go. Have to wait for them to chirp to make sure that this cutscene will activate. For some reason, after scaring the pelicans off, they cause an avalanche. I don't know, chat.
Yeah, that just kind of happens. It's pretty cool game
I'm not
design.
responsible for this. It's all their fault. Tell you what. But we're gonna reap the benefits and get a power cell for it later on, so no problem. And then one thing we did do earlier is activate the blue eco vents. We did that in Forbidden Jungle, and this allows this basically spawns in a bunch of these blue eco dispensers. We're gonna use this here to get a few more scout flies and a little bit of extra speed here in the water. If you do frame perfect jumps in the water with blue eco, you get actually a lot more speed, and that can allow you to outrun the lurker shark, which is probably the funniest clip I've ever seen, is someone just outrunning the lurker shark like they're Foon in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's the closest thing we have to B-hops.
Yeah, real. Dude, Jack B-hop mod would go hard. That's unrelated
That
to
actually
what we're
exists.
doing right now.
That
What? I didn't know that.
It's not released yet, but I saw a clip in the Open Goal
Right.
channel of somebody that ported like the entire like Half-Life like movement engine into it. It looks insane.
Okay, okay.
Oh
Next Fall
my.
Fest, I'm gonna be submitting that.
Yeah, I really want that to be routed and stuff. It looks insane.
That'd be fun. But yeah, I mean, as you can tell, this level is quite chill. We're joking about Half-Life now. Come on. Like, there is very little that can go wrong here. The like worst thing is missing the pelican or like falling up here.
Yeah, that almost
I
manifested.
wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. I'm not scared. We're gonna punch this egg off the side of the cliff. If you're lucky there with your spacing a little bit, you can uppercut off the edge to fall down there during the cutscene, but that's okay. This egg will spawn in Flut in the future, so we're gonna get another little fuzzy friend. Jak and Daxter is full of those guys.
That cell actually just reminded me we haven't talked about cutscene skips yet.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, we haven't done that. That might be important.
That's a pretty big. So this actually changes the route. If you're on console where you cannot skip the cutscenes, the route is not drastically different, but it is decently different. So because this is a native decompilation and PC port, we can modify the code. And there was like a leftover that was usually only used in debug, where you could just skip any of the cutscenes of the game. I don't know why they left that just like a debug mode only feature, but here we can access it and turn those cutscene skips on, which lets us I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory really. You press triangle and then the cutscene gone. But what that does for the route, normally on console where you cannot skip the cutscenes, that is a very important part of routing, and routing to watch the least amount of cutscenes as possible. And
there are cutscene skips and everything, like built into the tech too.
Yeah. There's some like in-game cutscene skips that we can do, but in general, like just pressing triangle wasn't a thing. But because we had to route around that, Oracle was the person that we used to buy cells from, and Oracle is a big scammer. But because they are one like person who has 2 power cells, you get a lot of.
I don't think I got the. I didn't get the scout fly. So that's funny.
Oh.
Hold on.
Nice. Hold on. Detour.
My bad.
We go back. It's fine. We noticed it fast enough.
That's true. That could be really bad. Wait, did I? Oh, wait, did I not buy something from someone? Hold on. We're
Did you get
figuring out.
Uncle?
Yeah, I forgot. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
It's chill.
I forgot this
Well,
guy. This
this
guy's
is one of
boring,
the-
So.
Yeah, this is one of the guys. Okay, so the Oracle is a scammer, and he charges 120 per power cell, but all the NPC cells, they only cost 90, which lets us load up on those. So we get let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get like 9, I think. 9 NPC cells, which is a lot more, which lets us skip part of one of the final levels of the game, Spider Cave. There's a section of that level we just don't go to, and we get to route around that.
It's quite big.
Yeah,
But
that is like one of the hardest parts of like of Hub 3 and console no LTS. So being able to skip that is actually pretty huge.
Yeah. For now, though, we're gonna in Fire Canyon. This is the first of the 3 connector levels. These interconnect the 3 hubs, kind of like the floors of the castle in Mario 64. I am missing Scoutflies left and right. My bad. But while we're going through this, this is a perfect time, Satan, if you would have any messages for us. I'm a little bit worried about my key here, but might be okay.
I think you're gonna be just fine, but you might not be fine if we meet that hard fishing showcase, chat. If
That's
you would
true.
like to see Claws do a very difficult fishing minigame that wasn't even discovered until 19 years into this game's existence, you should go ahead and click !donate in chat, because not only would you be donating towards Trans Lifeline, getting us closer to 6K on the marathon, which we're under 150 away from, and you'd be unlocking that hard fishing showcase if you clicked that incentive when you donated. So it's like kind of a 3-for-1 for real. If you donate right now, let's go ahead and get that. We are $200 away from that hard fishing showcase. So we do need to get that by the end of this run. We only have about 40 minutes to do it, a little bit less, chat. So we really need to get those donations rolling. I miss your PlayStation donations. I miss your fun fact donations. Please go ahead and supply those or anything else you'd like for me to read in your wonderful, generous donations towards Trans Lifeline.
I haven't heard enough people wanting to save PB. I'll say it. Jack's doing
That's
all the work
true.
himself. You gotta
That's
put in
so
the
true.
work.
We need
Yeah,
more
come on,
guilt
chat.
tripping. That's how we win.
No! No, we need to save PB. That's how this works.
All right. And I'm looking for a new commentator.
Yeah, new applications! No, you were joking.
All right. Just kidding. These rifles are friends. It's fine. But yeah, that'll bring us to Hub 2. Well, okay, that is mean. I'm gonna ignore that comment. That'll bring us to Hub 2. Hub 2 is probably where the game really amps up, but this is the very chill part of Hub 2 so far, here in Precursor Basin. We mentioned the zoomer a little bit earlier, the bike that Jak can ride. If you press the bumpers, he will jump, and yeah, that's kind of it. I don't know, this guy's really simple. So it makes this level quite trivial. The big reason we come here is actually not because of the power cells, it's actually because of the Precursor, or like we mentioned, I missed one box, but that's okay. I'm having a lot of scare run, it's fine. Like we mentioned, the Precursor orbs are kind of our currency. That's what we use to buy the cells from the NPCs and such. So we want to get a lot of those. And Zyphos, you want to explain what's going to happen to these plants?
Basically, we just cured a cluster of plants that is the main thing that the game is checking for to see if it's been cured. And once we move over there and get the camera in a certain position, on open goal only, for whatever reason, it handles actors a bit differently. That will deload all of the other plants that we did not cure for like a brief moment. And in that moment, the game is checking to see if there are any other plants alive than the ones that we just cured. And in that brief moment, it'll be like, oh, there's no more plants, so you won. You did it. Congratulations. And then it spits out the cell.
Yeah, very fast way to get that cell. Pretty low skill, all things considered. Pretty hard to mess that up. And that'll bring us out of Precursor Basin and into the next level, which is probably where this run really starts to heat up. Every level from here on out is super technical and really cool. The early game can be a little bit boring in this kind of weird middle ground section, but here on out, it's just go mode the entire time. So I'm gonna lock in. Yeah.
So
while you're locking in, I just want to read real quick a $2.37 donation from Caspi, who says, "Fun fact: Jak and Daxter was the first video game
ever."
Whoa.
I think so. You know what? If a donation
true.
tells me a fact, I'm gonna believe it. So chat, you tell me anything you want, and I think we're gonna think it's real here on the stream. Whatever fun fact you got, whether real or fake. And make sure to put that towards that hard fishing showcase, just like that donation did. Little less than 200 to go, chat. We need those donations to start rolling in. You can get a $5 train, $20 train, whatever you'd like to give towards Trans Lifeline. They appreciate all the support that we are giving to them.
All right. So LPC starts out with a quick death warp to skip an elevator ride. Uses the death plane from Rock Village in specific, and then a few pretty tricky boosteds to get to this cell. This is thankfully the kind of easy part of this level. The after this cell is two very complicated skips, quite tricky skips rather. So I will collect the cell and then promptly shut my trap.
Yeah, LPC is one of the coolest levels in the game, I think. It's
true.
just, especially in Hundo, there's some insane out of bounds routes that you can do. Very, very technical. So we're gonna be seeing that after we get this basically like little freebie cell. It's just chilling here for reasons beyond my comprehension.
Yeah. So I have to be a little bit careful here. I did take damage earlier. I think I'm just gonna wait out this cycle just to make sure. Avoid the guy trying to kill me.
We need health here for this next skip.
Yeah, so if you want to go ahead and start explaining what we're gonna be skipping here.
So this is a little puzzle. These platforms internally are called cube. Oh,
my uppercut didn't come out. That's a little bit unlucky.
Yeah. The fun fact: those platforms internally are called like Cubert plats. So if you know Cubert, then you know the idea behind the puzzle is that you want to.
There's no way.
No.
This is
you want to jump across all of those, without like jumping back and deactivating them. So they'll activate when you jump on them, and then they'll also like deactivate again if you try to jump back on them. But
dude, my controller is freaking out. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, if the controller will cooperate, we will see a little skip out of bounds here. The collision here is very, very, very small, and we can ride the momentum of that platform that's bouncing up and down by timing a high jump correctly and make it over. Looking at this level in Collision Viewer is crazy because they just like didn't expect you to get a tiny more amount of height. It's really funny. Back on the PS2, they were really fiending for those triangles to be lowered for the collision.
Yeah, real. Waiting a little bit longer
any opportunity.
than I needed to, but that'll bring us to our next skip. This one's one of my favorites. This is called Piggyback Skip. We're gonna ride these guys to get out of bounds to our camera with the first-person mode, and then swim on over to this out-of-bounds platform, grab on, and then this is the kind of tricky part. Nice. Do a pretty tight boosted. That platform is really small, so that boost very tight with how much leeway you have. You really do not have a lot of room if you're trying to line it up. And then do one more boosted. This one's not quite as high stakes.
The out of bounds collision blocking your view really doesn't help.
Yeah. Yeah, that first try is extremely nice. I could just save load actually, but it's fine. That is one of the things I have a backup save for in case it takes like 3 minutes to hit for context, because this is the part of the game where missing tricks will very, very harshly punish you. It really gets unrelenting in this part of the... So I have a few backup saves just in case some tricks go awry, and that was very applicable in our next stage. But we have one more trick to do here. This is a quick little trip on the out of bounds line to get to the bottom of the city. We're gonna hop up on this vent. It's gonna launch up without us. Okay. Rude. I missed the bus. Unlucky. There we go. And that'll launch us out of bounds. And then we're gonna do something here called a pause buffer, where by pausing and pulling up the HUD on the same frame.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Oh my
this is fine.
No, you can hit it. You can hit it.
Boom.
Let's go.
And then when I save and load, after collecting that cell, we're gonna be brought back up to the top of this, or up to the little chamber here. That chamber will allow us to ride on out safely of Lost Precursor City. You know what? I'll take that LPC any day. That was pretty okay. Nice. Puzzle skip trolled me for sure, but everything else went fine.
I would also like to say that we thank our raiders from Click Clack Clout for coming on into the stream. If you do not know what we are doing here, we are Fall Fest 2025 benefiting Trans Lifeline, and right now we've got some open incentives for Chrono Trigger Bid Wars to name characters for our very next run, and for this run, a hard fishing showcase, which we need to meet by the end of this run. We are about $185-ish away from that, so that means those donations have got to come in now because we have about a half hour! Exclamation mark donate in chat. Also, let me know when you've got time for me to read out some facts.
Yeah, we'll have time in a little bit. This is the hardest level in the game, at least I think so, and also one of
Send
the
in your
flashiest.
real or fake facts for me to read after this level then. Exclamation mark donate, please, chat.
No, send them in now. Send them in always, forever, always.
That's true.
Forever and always.
It's never a bad time to tell the truth, okay? And that's a
Or-
truth nuke.
Yeah. Truth or maybe not truth. Make me guess. Whatever your real or fake fun facts are.
Okay, so going into Boggy Swamp here, this is one of the coolest routes in the game. We are going to basically do this entire level backwards and out of bounds through one very simple jump up to Tether 4 here. The point of this level is that there's this big ship up in the sky, and we're meant to break the 4 tethers that it uses to keep itself on the ground. Once we do that, the ship will fly away. But each tether is a cell, and this is Tether 4. We're gonna go Tether 4 into Tether 2, 3, 1, I think? If I'm remembering the casual playthrough route well enough. And it's all thanks to this quick out of bounds. We're gonna crouch in the corner here. Jack didn't crouch for some reason. That's a little bit unfortunate. Maybe a bit greedy on my stick angle. There we go. We have 1 health, so this is a little bit spooky now, but I did grab a backup checkpoint just in case. There's this plane of water out of bounds here, which we can swim under by taking a quick dive. That'll bring us to this little chamber here, where we have a bunch of rats that are terrifying. These guys can kill me, so I'll take this a little bit safe, just to make sure we don't die. That'll be tether number 2. And then we'll get into probably the harder half of this route. Playing a little bit of merry-go-round with these guys.
I was waiting with bated breath.
I was very scared. I was very scared. It's okay though. We're chilling. And that'll bring us over to the next part. Do you want to talk about Flut some Zyphals?
Yeah, Flut is one of the other things that we can ride other than the Zoomer, and we unlocked them back all the way in Sentinel Beach when we dropped that egg down. They're only really present in 2 levels, but both of those levels just so happen to have an out of bounds that we can perform with Flut to break them out of the intended play area. Normally there's a bunch of like invisible walls that are
First try?
okay. Nice. First try. Let's go. Yeah, we there's like a funnel shape to that collision there where like the top of it doesn't actually have collision, and we can just like barely like squeak our way in that past and then make our way around an invisible wall that would prevent us from bringing Flut into this next area. And the main benefit of Flut, other than speed, obviously, they are faster than Jack just on foot. The collection cutscenes for the cells vary depending on the cell, and Jack has a variety of them depending on the cell. But Flut only has 1, and it is shorter than all of them. So every single cell that we collect is also faster, and so like the combination of getting to the cell faster and grabbing the cell faster is huge in this level and the upcoming Snowy Mountain.
Yeah. This might be the best Boggy Swamp I've ever done, low-key.
Yeah, that was sick.
Very clean. We are going to take Flut right over to, unfortunately, should have taken damage earlier. I thought I only had 1 health, but I picked up an extra. And that'll bring us back to the start. And that is the reverse Boggy route. That route is super challenging, but is so nice to pull super cleanly. We're not done with Boggy just yet, but that's because we are going into our Claw boss fight. I'm gonna... Dude, you wanna... Okay. That guy was, watch your feet!
Being very rude. So, Claw is one of the 3 technically bosses in the game. The other one being Plant Boss, which you know, you can count that or you can not count that. I don't know.
I count it.
Mini boss
personally.
at best, probably. So Claw, it's a boss fight and it takes a while, so we don't want to do that. And we can abuse some very interesting mechanics that involve the animations in the game and some like not fail-safe but different like lines of code that run whenever you go through an animation. So they're all the animations in the game are referred to as like spooled animations, the ones that are streamed off the disc rather. And at the end of those, like the one that we just watched for the Claw boss fight, the game will store a backup of the current like game state, like the currently loaded levels. And there's another line of code that runs every time your current level changes that will change your checkpoint to the closest one in that level, the closest one to you in that level. So we just stored Mountain Pass as our like main level, which is the level that Claw is loaded in. And by standing here on this rock and holding one button down until we get an idle animation, the game will load that previous backup when it's not supposed to, because we interrupted the start of that animation on the first frame. So before it has a chance to make a new backup, it loads that previous backup, and then it deloads all the current loaded levels and loads Mountain Pass and the village that we had behind us when we were in that Claw boss fight. And once that happens, our current level is now considered Mountain Pass, and then because we are closer to the to behind Claw, then that other line of code will change our current checkpoint to behind Claw. So when we die, we just teleport behind him.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That is a very technical exploit, and that is why the unrestricted versions of this game are so short.
Yeah, that skip alone makes the full any percent category quite short, along with the 2 other skips, Fire Canyon skip and Lava Tube skip. I'm gonna do a quick trick here, go for Stalaghops. Just barely too short.
That was close.
Yeah, so that cell is behind us during this race. We're racing these purple lurkers here on these little flying propeller-shaped beats. They got the little propeller hats. And we gotta beat them, but we can't go too fast. So in order to kind of slow down, and also while we're at it, get a power cell, we turn around there and try to go for a jump off of some of the geometry. Because we missed it, that means we're gonna have to backtrack quite a bit. So this is a great time, Satan, if you have any truth nukes, any fake facts, any real facts.
So many. The $5 donation train is going extraordinarily strong
Thank
with
God.
these. We've got $5 with just some Andy, who says, "Fun fact: Super Mario 64 was the best video game on the Sega Dreamcast."
True.
Yeah, maybe. Perhaps. I'm not going to deny it. We also have $5 from Color Theory Teacher, who says, "True fact: contrary to popular belief, pure purple is actually a primary color. The purples we see from mixing hues and reds of blue paint are a trick of the human eye, based on how the cones and rods react to the mixed light frequencies overlapping." As a neuroscientist, maybe.
Yeah, kinda.
Definitely maybe. I'll give you a solid maybe. And then we've also got $5 from Ian Keith. They just keep coming. This is amazing. Real actual video games fact: video games were the first video game. Before video games, the games were not video. Some were not even games. Some were not video. The first video game was a video games. Games without video don't count. Tabletop games aren't real and can't hurt you. Well, that donation unfortunately can hurt me, but it can only help Trans Lifeline. Thank you so much for your support towards our wonderful charity. And we are getting closer and closer towards that bonus showcase that we would need to hit by the end of this run. $250 total, chat, and we only have 20 minutes left to meet it. And
Only
also
have 2 levels to go.
2 levels. Chat, we have 2 levels to go. Y'all gotta get that hard fishing showcase met because I want to see Shovelclaws go ahead and do that one. It is infamous, it is difficult, and we are also only $55 away from 6K. So chat, this is the time to go ahead and assign your donation towards that hard fishing showcase incentive. It is almost time to see it. We need to get those donations
do not have much
in now.
time, chat. Yes, you absolutely have to. This is Hub 3. This is the final hub of the game. We have 2 more levels to go, 1 connector level, and then we will be facing the final boss. This here is Spider Cave. Minor arachnophobia warning, I suppose. But this level is quite challenging. Nice little death warp there to skip over to our robot room. And then we're going to be doing a little climb to get to another power cell, followed by boosted in the game. I would certainly say so, at least. But
yeah, it is really hard. Like just one little variation, you're like square and X presses and you're just cooked.
Yeah, real. We will see if I can hit it first try. If I hit it first try, I'm gonna tell you a secret. If I and I got the kind of unfortunate timing on that. That's okay. There is a backup. If I can hit this fast enough.
Nice.
Little backup boosted here that's a lot friendlier. Nice to get over to these poles. And let us walk over to the cell. Chat, I do have my live split open. This is now a PvP pace run.
Okay, chat, we really need your help for that fishing showcase. We are about $75 in, a little bit less than that. We need to get there really, really soon. So chat, if you've been waiting to donate, now is the time. Get us to 6K. Get that fishing minigame. Let's go.
If I PB this, we better pop champagne. I'm telling you, I better see donos flood in like a Titanic, and it just hit the iceberg. Okay.
Okay.
I'm locking in.
Chad is also locking in with a $5 donation from You Can Count on Me. They keep torturing me. Non-number words are really clear. A couple is 2, a few is 3, a handful is 5, several is 7, many is 9 or more. Anyone who thinks differently is wrong. So if you have any opinions about that donation, or would like to just donate any of those numbers, 5, 3, 7, 9, whatever you'd like to do, donate towards Trans Lifeline. We really need those donations to come on in. And click the hard fishing showcase when you do donate.
Yes, please do. Very small tech there to get up to this cell very fast, called a quad jump. The orange eco here gives us a gun, and we can use that in midair to get an extra little bit of height and get to that platform much before, or way faster than we're intended to. And then bring that orange eco with us up to the volcanic crater hub here in order to get an extra secret cell. And that'll bring us to Snowy Mountain. This is our final real level of the... Do not have much time, chat. You gotta get those donations in for fishing showcase. I'll tell you what, hard fishing literally looks like a rhythm game. You want another rhythm game on the schedule for like 5 minutes? Go for it. It's actually ridiculous. I'm not kidding. It is very hard. It got discovered after 19 years because of Open Goal. And apparently a Japanese game magazine, right after this game got released, actually published about it in their guide to this game back in like 2001, which is really funny, and no one knew about it. So
no one reads nowadays.
No one reads back then either, I'll tell you what. But chat, I know you can hit it. I believe in you. You gotta get your donations in now, because Snowy Mountain does not take too long if we go popping off. And I'm gonna do my best, okay? This level has a wide variety of goals that take basically the entire level to complete. First and foremost, obviously, are the scout flies, which PB is still trapped. I'm not hearing enough people trying to free PB. You gotta get this guy out of there. But the other ones are these lurker machines that have these big guys there. We need red eco in order to defeat those machines, so you'll be seeing that occasionally. small little jump here, followed by spin kick.
Ooh,
Very
nice.
nice to get under there. First try.
That
Okay,
looks
very
way
awkward
harder.
punch.
I mean, that is way harder than it looks. Almost at the complete opposite.
Yeah.
There's a big invisible wall that like extends down, but they didn't place it far enough down. So there's just enough where you can spin at the right time and like slip under it.
Yeah. And then the next cell is going to be quite tricky. We're going to be doing an extended uppercut, which is kind of like the short form of a boosted, where you can uppercut off a ledge. I've been doing it the entire run. We haven't explained it until now, so that's kind of our bad. But
yeah, I mean,
very
you know,
simple
it'd be like-
tech. Gonna
Nice.
do that around this invisible ledge, and then I'm gonna go for a trick called the snake, which is exactly what our donation total is going to be like right now, right, chat? Where we're going to punch. Hold on. I was a little bit late. I look for a cue when Jak just starts to bend his knee. There, I'm gonna save, or I'm just gonna load up so we can teleport right back. But that would send us flying through the roof to get up here. Very simple trick, but quite a precise timing. It is not easy in the slightest. But that'll bring us.
It's like 2 frames or something like that.
Actually,
Or that might be that might be for the like punch uppercut version. I'm not sure about
okay.
the crouch uppercut.
That'll bring us to Flut here, who is actually what we're supposed to be using to do this really long movement challenge to get that cell to open that we did by doing that little jump under the ice earlier. But we're gonna actually break Flut out of bounds. This is exactly what PB will be doing with all your generous donos in now, chat. At hard fishing incentive.
Chat, we are $75 out of the $250 that we need. Chat, this is truly, genuinely the time to donate. We also are only $55 away from 6K. So if you donate towards getting this hard fishing showcase met, you do also donate towards getting 6K going. So chat, come on, ! Donate to your trans lifeline, and click that incentive when you donate.
Did I miss a eco extractor?
Yeah, you missed one.
Cycles?
You missed one in the middle.
Okay. Thank you for trying to call it out. Yeah, that's the third level wide cell that we're trying to get, is these eco extractors. These guys are really hard to get on Flut in specific. That's why I missed that middle one there, is because I missed my jump. Get it on the way back, and then I forgot. Oops.
Yeah, the ice physics are a little weird. And also just
Yeah.
in general, like, it's a very small target to jump on with someone as fast as Flut.
Yeah. The ice physics only show up in this level. So you really don't get a ton of practice with it unless you practice this level in specific a lot. But that'll bring us to nice. Get a bunch of orbs through these orb caches. We need 360 orbs in order to get the final some of the final 4 cells we need for this run, which will be coming up very shortly, chat. So you do not have much time for that hard objective. I know we can hit it. I believe in you. That guy took me out. It's a little bit awkward.
Running
but it's all
across
good.
the entire field like he's in like an NFL player.
Bro, I did have the ball, and he wanted to tackle. Tell you what.
He needed that bonus.
That's okay, though. That's going to be chat with our hard fishing incentive. I believe in you. Go, go, go.
Which
True.
we've got
They're
some
getting away
help
with it.
from for a $2 donation from IP Sack, who says, another fun fact, Jak and Daxter was originally called Jerry and Dookie until Naughty Dog realized one of those names is too silly. That being Jerry. Yep.
Right.
I believe it. I have to believe it.
I believe it.
You're forcing me to believe it. If you want some more facts that I must believe, please give them to us and assign them towards that Jak and Daxter fishing incentive. We are a little bit under $200 to go, and if you've just got $5 to spare, anything that you can give towards Trans Lifeline will be greatly appreciated in helping us get towards that in minigame, which is coming up so soon, and 6K.
I turned away.
close.
I turned very slightly too early. That was another trick called gondola skip. You can do that on foot or on Flut. Frankly, I don't know the on foot version, so I'm just gonna take the gondola. But that's okay. that is a really hard trick with the spacing in specific. You have to really eke out as much distance as you can. And then once you do that little stomp move that Flip Flut has, you can very slightly turn it in midair. But because we're in midair for so long after that point, we can slide on down to to the next cells that we're going to be getting, which is our minor cells. And I will say it, now, because we have 360 orbs, this is very solidly on PB pace.
Nice.
We will be like 2 minutes ahead, so I might get my first sub hour right here on chat.
Oh my
you gotta
goodness.
get your donations in now. If PB and we don't hit that hard fishing incentive, I'm gonna be say it. Gonna make me up.
Well, we do have some help getting us closer.
Go, chat.
We've got a $120.63 donation from Just Some Andy, who says, I keep finding money under my couch. Oh my god, let's get that fishing incentive met. Thank you so much
That's
for your
a fact
couch,
I believe
Andy.
right there.
I believe it too, and that means we only have about $55 to go. Chat, you can absolutely do
We
this,
can do it.
and 6K hype!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Very, very excited. Thank you for that very generous donation. We only need a few more. You don't even have to be that generous, chat. It's $55. If 10 of you donate $5, that's way there.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
and we're almost there
Oh,
with a
man.
$50 donation from Bark, so we're
Holy.
$5 away! Chat, you can
Hi,
close
Bark.
this out! Who's
$5.
gonna do it?
Go. Come on, chat.
let's
I believe in
go.
you. All right. We are going to be getting into Lava Tube, which is where this category's namesake comes from. There's a huge skip in any percent to skip this and Fire Canyon, our other connector level, but this is the last obstacle for us here, and frankly, it's a real easy one. Lava Tube is not scary at all in this category. Lava Tube skip is very complicated. I'm not going to explain it, but this category bans it, of course. But we have our 72 power cells. We're on our zoomer and going to the end of Goal in Maya's Citadel. Goal in Maya's Citadel has a really massive skip that is quite hilariously easy. So we really have cleared the last hurdle of this run. All we
And
have
speaking
is
of
this
clearing
the final
hurdle,
boss.
I'm sorry,
Let's go.
I gotta do
Go
it.
for
We
it.
have met that hard fishing incentive!
Let's go!
With a $5
Thank you
so much,
donation
chat.
from Lori D. Bunnykins, who says,
Hi,
to
Lori.
cap this fact donation train off, forget everything you know. Well, yeah,
Okay.
I think that's about right. I am so excited to
Cycles-
see the hard fishing showcase. Thank you so much, chat.
I'm gonna need you to take over for hard fishing. I don't know how to do it anymore.
Oh, you don't? I can look it up. I've never done it.
No, I know how to do it. I'm joking off the donation, you fool.
True.
I've forgotten everything I know. I'm sorry. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, chat, for getting us to that hard fishing incentive. It will not be... I will tell you now that we are... Oh, hi, PB. What's up? I destroyed a scout fly there. I'll tell you now that we've
Cameo.
hit it. I will be donating a cent for every pound of fish that I catch. I'm gonna be catching a lot of fish
Yo,
during that
let's go.
during that.
All right,
So thank
the
you.
7 years. Here we go.
Right. We're gonna be
7
here
years
for the
worth of
next
ages.
7 years of Fall Fest. Let's go. All right. And we have just finished up Lava Tube, so we only have one more trick to go. Zyphel, do you want to do the honors and explain how Citadel Skip works?
So we've already seen the pause buffer that was used for the LPC end cell skip for that little button. So we're going to use that again to go through and go through the cutscene trigger for the start of this level and die during it. So we will die as the cutscene is being queued up, and the cutscene, for whatever reason, in the first like retail build of the game, had the wrong checkpoint assigned to it. So whenever this cutscene plays, it changes your checkpoint to the top of Citadel instead of the bottom. So by doing that pause buffer and dying while the cutscene is queued up to load, your checkpoint will change to the top, and then that's the end.
Boom.
That's the end. We're there.
It's that easy.
This is
You
final
literally
boss.
just die. You can also do that by just save loading or just dying. It's really easy.
Yeah.
Like by far the easiest skip in the game, and it's not even like close. But that'll bring us to our final boss. Hello.
Whoa! We're fast.
Okay. That's crazy.
sure.
I didn't know I don't know where the checkpoint is. That's fine.
The checkpoint is in like the middle.
Clip through the. Okay, that's funny. But Golem Maya here is this huge mech robot. We gotta take them out. They're trying to use this dark eco, the very thing that transformed Daxter into this little Otzel guy, and they're gonna use it to destroy the world. So time will be in just about 3 minutes, I think, give or take.
It's about like 2, yeah, something like that.
Get there in a very short time, but this is it. This is the end. I'm also on a minute 36 PB pace, so this is gonna be a hardy PB unless somehow I die. But that I'm not gonna speak that into existence.
Lock in. We got it.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Put the
I've
PB
never
in
died.
the bag.
Right. Zyphles, while I'm doing this, nice one frame.
Let's
frame
go.
perfect trick to
Nice.
cancel some of your height. Let's go. That saves like what, a second or two? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like about 3 seconds on each one of them. So the thing that the boss is checking for whenever it's going into its next phase is whether or not the bomb in the middle has exploded that it shot out, and whether or not you are you don't have the jump pad state. And what that little trick that Shovel did there, where you press X to initiate the jump pad, and then exactly 15 frames later you hit spin, and that will that was weird.
That was scary.
That will remove that like state of being in the jump pad. So while you're still in the air falling, then the boss will go into the next phase. Woo!
Last phase. This one's by far the most scary, I would say. I'm gonna wait for them to shoot so I can.
Yeah, just play it safe.
No way! No. That's crazy. Well,
That's
that's
unfortunate.
unlucky. I didn't grab the green eco at the start of the fight, so that was entirely my fault. Ah, dude. That unfortunately does kill the PB, which is a little bit funny, but you know what? That's okay.
No. Boss
Yeah.
so nice we had to do it twice, for real.
Yeah, it's so true. That's okay though. I don't mind.
More donos, guys.
Right, so true. This is a truth nuke of the highest caliber. That's okay though. We'll still be plenty underestimate, so I care.
Yeah, we're chill.
Yeah, I think while we go through this, Zyphles, do you have any shoutouts? Get them out of the way so we can get into fishing as soon as possible.
For sure.
I need to
I mean,
fish.
for one, massive shout outs to the Open Goal team who developed this native decompilation and PC port that you can play at home right now if you obtain an ISO of the game by going to opengoal.dev and downloading their easy to use launcher. So if you're feeling nostalgic, you can play this right now easily. You can play Jak 1 and 2 and 3 is coming. Just, give them time to cook. 3 is on the way.
Dude, what was that? Okay, those little explosions have collision, I fear. So this is
Yeah, the
Golem
blobs.
has it out for us tonight. Unlucky. That's okay. You know what? Out of everything, if this is gonna be the thing to like actually really own me, because the rest of this run went really well. Just this is the easy victory lap usually.
It just shows the sub 1 is incoming soon.
Yeah.
You can go see, maybe, perhaps, if Shovel runs this game more on stream.
Yeah, it's true. I do stream very occasionally right now. I am in college. Fun fact, after this run, I have to go do a midterm.
Good luck.
But
Good here.
yeah, it's fine. I'm chilling.
Oh, jumped a little early there.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at twitch.tv/shovelclaws. I will be streaming this game. I see chat is reacting to the midterm. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. I wouldn't be worried if I. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm chill. But yeah, I do a stream on Twitch quite occasionally. It is twitch.tv/shovelclaws. But otherwise, yeah, big shout out to Zyphels first and foremost for helping me learn this run. He would always be there if I had any questions, regardless of how kind of low-key dumb they were. So
I mean, you only learn
really,
one way, you know. You
I
gotta
know.
learn
I'm saying.
to learn.
Whoa, that's a truth noob. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Me and Zyphels have also past. I remember us routing Amra Cyberpunk together, which fun fact was a bonus.
Like, that's huge, like Unk lore.
Yeah,
eventually
true.
just we used to play Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It was so cool.
Right. So I do appreciate you for joining me on comms and teaching me, helping me learn this really cool run. This run is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
definitely
it's
do.
been a blast. For anyone else out there, if you wanna learn, hit me up. Hit me up. And if you don't want to talk to me for whatever reason, maybe my vibes have been appalling. We have a Discord server that you can find all the resources that you would need and other people that would be more than happy to help you. And we're coming up on time. Let's go. I'm sorry for not giving you
Yeah, it's fine.
more notice.
GG's!
Yay!
Let's go.
Yeah, so we collect the white eco, we defeat Ghoul and Maya, and that is the end of the game. Woohoo! And now I'm gonna go back to Forbidden Jungle for a little bit of nostalgia because chat, it's time for hard fishing. Before we start this, I do have to enter a small code real fast. There we go. Do you have any last announcements?
I have a nice little donation. We've got $10 from August Kepler, who says, 5 years ago, I didn't understand the hype around speedrunning, but I wanted to support good causes. Nowadays, I'm here all the time, and I'm so glad I stuck around. I'm an avid fan of the hard work everyone puts in, both to help those in need and to pull off incredible challenges in video games. Y'all are a wonderful community, and I'm proud of the things we're doing. And I'm proud of you too, Claus, because was that a PB? I want to just confirm it.
the final boss killed it. The 2 deaths there.
It
a
happens.
little bit of trolling on my end, but it's okay.
Well, just go watch Claus's stream so that you can see it do it live. Yeah.
Frankly, my PB is very, very. There's just like a minute of time save at the end, so like, I wish I didn't die on the final boss. I'll admit, all good.
Well, that's all right. We've got a hard fishing showcase to see.
Damn right. So, by standing here next to the fisherman after you do first fishing minigame, and then going left, right, left, right, X on your controller, you will be able to talk to him again, and by talking to him again, you will get to go fishing again. Yay! This is gonna look really easy, like 200 pounds, but it gets really actually genuine whenever
if I remember
the
correctly,
first eels happen.
The first like 4 sort of phases of this are the same as in vanilla, but then after that it just keeps going.
Yeah, after that.
Okay, you can already see it's a little different.
Yeah, a little bit. Just as a quick refresher on how fishing works, well, first you take your worm, you put it on your hook, you grab your net.
See, that's where I went wrong. I forgot all of it. I'm just like dipping my hand in the water.
Right, that is kind of what Jack's doing. But the green fish will be 1 pound, the yellow fish will be 5 pounds, and you cannot catch any of the eels, the purple fish. The purple fish instantly kill you. So if we catch them, the run's over. It's dead. This is a little bit of a tricky phase here with these eels, and after these eels is where it really starts to pick up. It's a little bit tricky at the start here, but we're gonna go pretty supersonic during the next phase. But you can only miss up to 20 pounds of fish. I will just be going for as long as I can until I die, and eventually. This minigame also. Yeah. If I get to 1K, I'll be pretty impressed, actually. My PB is like 700. But this minigame, like we mentioned, goes on for 7 whole years. And this is the part where it becomes kind of wild. Look at It is extremely easy to just start missing fish left and right here. Because they kind of just don't stop. They actually just like do this forever and ever. I'm like locked in right now. Hold on.
This is kind of rhythm
This is
gamey. I love
Right?
this.
I'm saying. It's very like if you play that one with the fruit basket on top of their head, I don't know what that's called. But okay, we've missed 10. That's halfway of our health bar, if you will.
It's a good pace.
It's a solid pace. This phase is scary because the eels will like break up lines and you can't get past them by just going in front of them, so you have to wait until they pass. I'm gonna just skip that guy. That's
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta cut your losses, unfortunately.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Doesn't always work.
And now the eels start showing up in the fast patterns, and
Oh.
we're dead. Okay.
Hey,
I
784.
get that 5 fish.
pretty
So
sick.
that one was just cooked. And yeah, that goes on for 7 years, by the way. I don't know why, but it sure does. Spin rhythm looking different than I remember is really funny. But yeah, that fishing minigame is tough. It gets very hard very quickly. I'm not getting that power cell. I'm never getting that power cell. But yeah, 700 is a quite good score. So I will be donating a cent for every fish that I there. So that's a high $7 donation.
Very, very nice. You could put those towards one of those open Chrono Trigger bid wars. I did
Oh,
want to let
true.
chat know that there are 3 of those that close at the beginning of next run. So if you would like to put your donations towards Chrono, not just Chrono, let me go look at the other ones. Marl and Luca, those are the ones that are going to close at the very beginning of our next run of Chrono Trigger, and each of them have a 6-character max restriction. So put in your custom names with your donations right now because you don't have very much time.
Yeah, not much time at all, chat. And stick around for Chrono Trigger. That run's gonna be really, really cool. Long RPGs are always a treat. But yeah, thank you all so much for meeting hard fishing. That push at the end there was really, really. And I think for my last shout out, I will say find me on most socials at shovelclaws. But I just want to give a big shout out to the Fastest First team for not only having the trust in me to make me a bonus, but also just for putting on these really amazing events. It is really cool to see these two worlds that I'm kind of in the middle of interconnecting in such a unique way every year. And I've learned a lot about myself from both being a speedrunner and being a first, and that is all it means a lot to have those two worlds twice a year, with both at FWA and here at Fall Fest. And I'm always happy to be running for Fastest Furs. It is it's always a really good time. So keep watching and please keep supporting Translifeline. Translifeline is doing so much important work, especially right now with the state of the world. It is always scary out there, but you will learn things about yourself if you go exploring, and it is a beautiful time to find your true self. With that, I think my time here is done for now. I hope to see you again someday, Fastest. But thank you all so much for your donations, both for meeting this bonus game at all and for that hard fishing minigame incentive at the end. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of the weekend. There are a lot of really amazing
Truly, I could not agree more. This has been a wonderful marathon so far, and that was a great run of Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. So much fun to be had in both the main run and also that hard fishing minigame that we unlocked here. And I just want to let chat know, once again, we do have those Chrono Trigger bid wars open for our very next run of Chrono Trigger. There's a couple of them that are going to close at the beginning of that run, the Marl, the Luca, and the Chrono bid war. So if you'd like to get in your custom name donations for that, you gotta get them in now before we start our very next run. But before we do that, we're gonna take a quick little break, and I will say, that was my time hosting for you at Fastest First Fall Fest 2025 for the day. I'll be back on Sunday, but I had such a fun time with you all today, and I hope you have just as much fun, I'm sure you will, with our next host, a tea tree, one of my wonderful friends and a fantastic host. See you all very soon.